Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition, the 14th edition of Education View and Opinion, where your opinions matter. So, my teammates, that's Mrs. Pupola and Mr. B, they'll be joining me shortly as they are able to, because they have an engagement that their presence. Also, from topic, we'll see safeguarding and child protection. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Blessing Izuchu. I'm a chemistry and biology teacher, and I am passionate about education, improving access to education in our society. Today's topic today's conversation is on guarding and child protection. Last year, from I and Miss Pupola, we had conversation around this theme. So that was the first safeguarding series conversation on education views. So, Mr. Kodu, like I said earlier, my team member they will join us the program. So welcome, Mr. Kodu.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Kodu. Can you hear me?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you, ma'am. And
Yeah.
it's clear, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
my video will be off because of network. I've been having network issues, so I want to just keep the video off so that there will be no glitch in today's conversation. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me, and we are also expecting Mrs. Pupola to join us as soon as she can join us. Okay, so our conversation today is centered on safeguarding and child protection. And before we go deeper, I would like to give us an overview of what safeguarding and child protection, what it is all about. Okay, so when we say safeguarding and child protection, safeguarding is the action that is taken to promote the welfare of children and protect them from harm. So, generally speaking, safeguarding is a proactive method. Is a proactive measure to protect children from harm and helps protecting children from abuse and maltreatment, preventing harm to children's health or development, ensuring children grow up with provision of safe and effective care. Also, it also entails taking action to enable children and young people to have the best outcome. Now, when we talk about child protection, most times it is a so an abuse has been done. Child protection comes in to prevent further harm. Every child has the right to live free from violence. According to WHO, every child has the right to live free from violence. Please, can you hear me, Mr. Kodri? Okay. So every child has the right to live free from violence, free from exploitation, and from abuse. That is according to WHO. Every child has the right to live free from violence, from exploitation, and from abuse. Please, I hope I'm audible. Okay. Also, UNICEF in 2015, UNICEF had a research that said 6 out of 10 Nigerian children, 6 out of 10 Nigerian children experience emotional, physical, and sexual abuse before the age of 18. Half of them experiencing physical violence. So I welcome everyone once again. As you just please like this live and please comment, engage, and share this live with others. Okay, we're going to go for we're going to examine the class of the or the pillars of safeguarding. Safeguarding and child protection at every school should aim to establish in their school. When the school environment is safe, free to learn and they're free to explore the environment and they're free to imagine and know things. So what are the pillars or principles of safeguarding? One, we have empowerment. We should empower the teachers and make sure content to promote safeguarding and protection of our children. Also, prevention. It is always better to make to take action. It's always better to take more out because taking action is proactive and active safeguarding. Being proactive, okay, for protection, support stakeholder and ensure that those children who needs to be protected are protected. Partnership. Community can work with local services to prevent neglect and abuse of children. Accountability. Please, am I audible, Mr. Kodri? Accountability. Every stakeholder in the community, every stakeholder in the school, in the community, at home, must take okay, it's going to dwell on the boy child. A lot of times we tend to focus our attention on the female child. We also have the boy child. Okay. So majority of the things that females are like women expressing in relationship, many of the negative things they are expressing in relationship by men, for men, the behavior that those men are showing to them are usually, most times, they are a result of the trauma these men went through in childhood. So that is why it's necessary for us to give more attention to the protection of the boy child. If the boy child has a traumatic childhood, there's high probability of that boy, and if that boy did not heal of that trauma, there's probability of that boy repeating that violence that was shown to him to his the female child. I once watched a movie. I'd like to share the story before I invite Mr. Kodri to to come to share his opinion. I watched one movie. In that movie,
Okay,
this
yeah.
man was always beating his wife, always beating his wife, always beating his wife. Then along the movie, we now got to know that it was because when he was younger, if I remember the movie correctly, the mother, sorry, the father was beating the mother. So the boy was exposed to violence, okay, that as a man, he has power to beat women. And if that child grows with with that mindset, and he doesn't undergo corrective therapy, or he doesn't get born again or change mindset, definitely he will become a beater. When the wife stays for, and that's what happened in that movie. And these are things that are happening. If a man is violent, trace back to his childhood, he might have suffered a traumatic childhood, and he hasn't healed from that. Okay, so Mr. Kodri, I'd like you to share your view on why it is necessary to protect the boy child, also not just the girl child, why it is necessary to protect the child, the boy child, boy child. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate. Now, okay, we are looking at the topic safeguarding and child protection. Now, we have so much, focus the focus the topic, focus the narrative on the girl child. Anywhere you see child child assistance, child education, child protection, people normally and most time focus on the girl child. Yes, but if you are talking about the girl child, that we should focus on we should focus on protecting, equipping, building the capacity of the girl child. It has to be against somebody. It has to be that we are trying to match the girl child against one person, which is who? The boy child. So if the boy child is well trained emotionally, psychologically, mentally, financially, in every other ways that we think that we should educate and enlighten the boy child, there is no way the boy child will become a threat or danger to the girl child. So
Thank you.
with so much focus on the girl child to the detriment of the growth of the boy child, that the boy child now constitutes a danger to the existence of the girl child. Not only the girl child of the boy, maybe his sister or his a niece or whatever, but also the girl child that he doesn't even know, he's not used to, he doesn't understand the culture, their norms, the values, the history of that girl. So, uh, if protect your own house from flood, don't forget that if that flood affects your neighbor, one way or the other, it will also affect you. And that's why United Nations is, campaigning on, training the youth, not only the girl,
Yes,
everybody.
yes,
and also add the age bracket, because once you miss that age bracket, that boy child becomes a danger to the whole society and not only to the girl child. So this boy may not be, accustomed, used to, having patience for the girl to,
Mm-hmm.
express herself, assisting the girl, because it is the African mentality that the woman should sweep, should wash, should bathe, should cook, should clean the house, and the boy should just only go to work and relax.
Uh,
But if you come to the African sector where you see a man maybe cooking while the wife is, washing, they'll be like, oh, you are a woman rapper. No, I
mm,
assist my wife in almost everything. We do almost everything together. You don't bring down my value. So let us create that safe environment for the boy child to also thrive. Let us listen to the boy child so that he will, feel free to express himself. He will be heard.
yes.
His emotion will
Mm-hmm.
also be respected, and he will also be what, be among those prospect that we are trying to raise, but so that he will feel much more, importance in the
Yes.
society, because it is that boy that is not trained that will rob,
That will.
beat the wife, you know, you
Mm-hmm.
know, divert the money meant for the growth of the
Of
society to personal use, that will, do all sort of crime. And if you visit the prison, you know, all these adult homes, all these youth center, you see, you find that we have more male than female. In
mm,
prison, we have more male. If police arrest 10 suspects, there's that probability that we have 9 male and only one female. Why is that
mm,
happening? And not forget, it is that male child that becomes the donor, that, give to the woman before that woman, carry the baby, before that baby is born. So why do we shift the focus to the girl child? Let's
mm.
also remember that that boy child, we expect him to
That's
carry
right.
so much responsibility that he is not
Yeah.
listening to. It is the culture that the boy should not, talk. He shouldn't cry. He shouldn't complain. He just swallow everything inside and, carry it
Mm,
inside without the society creating that platform for him to be heard, for him to, vent out, to become angry, to cry, to feel love too. You know,
mm.
so, and we are, appealing to the government, though we are seeing that our government are now changing their focus now, that they are now bringing more laws that is protecting
Yes.
both the boy and the girl.
And
Yes, for
yes.
example, I think it was the last month
Yes.
that we had that
Mm-hmm.
the Senate of Nigeria made a pronouncement of life imprisonment for any adult that sexually abuse a teenager. Life imprisonment, and also 14 years imprisonment for any lecturer in any tertiary institution that sexually molest or abuse students, not only the girl, both, because we've seen the female lecturer abusing the male student, and also we've seen the male abusing the male. So
Mm.
so it's not only meant for the girl child now, it's both. So the boy should also
Yeah.
be trained on how to, be the forefront at home. Do not give, do not leave every responsibility at home, all the house chores, for the wife. Do not leave the rearing of the children for the wife. You have a role to play because you are the one bringing majority of the money, not all the money. The bigger chunk of the money, you are the one bringing it. So why will you allow it to waste? Why will you allow your investment, your sweat, your future to waste? And let's not forget that it is that boy child that it is being neglected that will raise his hand
Mm-hmm.
on his wife, that will
Mm-hmm.
commit all kinds of social vices, that will not,
Mm-hmm.
stay at home to, look after and monitor his children, his investment.
Children.
So it is
Mm.
high time that we put that balance, we balance that equation on both the boy and the girl. I'm not saying that looking at the girl child is a waste of time. No. What I'm saying is that if you do not pay attention to the boy child too,
Mm-hmm.
that threat, that protection that you are so much giving to the girl child for years,
Mm-hmm.
that boy child can damage you in one day.
Yes.
So why not also protect the boy child? Why not
Yes.
also set aside a day to also celebrate the boy child? We had the girl child day. I think about last month. Let's also
Mm-hmm.
protect the boy child. Let's also allow men to be heard, the boys to be heard. Let's not so much focus, make the priority on the girl, the education of the girl, the everything the girl. No, though in the honest days, there's so much put on so much focus on the boy, and that's why the in this moment they are not focused on the girl. Let's try to
Yeah.
balance the two. Whatever we think it is right
Everything.
for the girl child, let's also do same. If not 100%, almost 100% to the boy child because he has a lot of responsibility to do in the society. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kodri. Thank you for your contribution, for your opinion. Thank you so much. Thank you. And many of us, we are guilty of telling the male child, don't cry. Many of us, we are, don't cry. Don't show emotions. And we are thinking that we are doing the right thing. Thank you so much for that contribution. So we should give preference also. We should also focus on the protection of the boy child. Like you said, if the boy child is not trained well, the girl child that we are protecting, training well, molding, the boy child that has a traumatic experience in his childhood will come and destroy what we have been doing for the girl child. So it is necessary, both of them, they require equal what? Focus, like you have said. Both the boy child and the girl child, they both need to be protected by adults, by stakeholders, teachers, parents. There's a video I watched on Instagram.
Video I
And
watch on Instagram,
this young girl and
this
a
young
young a
girl, um,
cousin with his mother.
something
Hmm?
with his mother.
Came to visit
Hmm?
his mother. No, why the mothers were in the parlor discuss the child, the boy, and the female cousin. They were all they were upstairs playing. Then all of a sudden, the female cousin wanted to kiss, gave the boy a kiss. Like, no, this kiss is not appropriate. The girl was like, is it not just a kiss? The boy said, no, this is not appropriate. And he said he was going to go and tell his mother. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He said he was going to go and tell his mother. And before you will get to the parlor where the mothers were, that girl, the lady has already gone there. And he was the first to speak. She said, mommy, 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 that our cousin kissed her. We touched her. And the boy said, I did not do any, I did not do that. I did not do that. And in the end, both the mother of the boy and the mother of the girl, they believed the girl. And the mother of the boy told him that you're a disgrace. Look at what you have done. And the boy was innocent. Not because the girl is a lady and they accepted her word because she came first to report. The boy was on his way, but the girl overtook him and she came first and she spoke that the boy touched her. And the boy said, I did not do anything wrong, that she wanted to kiss him and she wanted to play house. And he said, No. So because the girl spoke first, and general believes that they believe what the girl says. And that was how the mother of that boy told the boy there that the boy is a disgrace, that the boy have disgraced her. So now imagine how that boy will feel. Innocent, the boy was innocent. So that is why we also need to focus on the boy child. We focus on the boy child. And both the boy child and the girl child, they can undergo different type of abuse. They have physical
Yes,
abuse, not
yes,
just sexually. There's physical abuse, there's emotional abuse. This is
yes,
a form
yes,
of abuse that affect the mind, often leaving the abuse feeling worthless. So there's a way you touch to a child, it will make the child feel as if it doesn't want anything. Emotional abuse, neglect, failure to care for a child properly. No food is given to the child, only labor, hard labor, and sexual abuse. This one involves sexual abuse involves forcing, enticing, or coercing someone to take part in sexual activity, whether or not the vulnerable person is aware of what is happening. A young girl will not be aware of what, a young boy will not be aware of what is happening. So that is still, whether the person is aware or not, that is sexual abuse. Then we have online abuse, the use of internet, email, or any electronic communication channel to harass and threaten another person who may develop a reasonable fear for his safety. And that is why we also have to teach our young people to be careful on who they chat with. Cyber security is very necessary. We need to teach them not to just because of this Gen Z generation now. Many children have phone. They have access to phone. They can chat with anybody, anyone in Asia, in any part of the world. And these young ones who are not experienced, they may fall into this cyberbullying. And if they dare send their naked picture, that person will start threatening them that he's going to do what? Expose the picture to the internet. We have to teach our young ones not to chat with strangers online. And even when they are chatting with those that they know, parents have to follow up. Once you give a phone to a child, it's not just giving the phone and you can sleep. The internet is wide. Once you give a child, if you have decided that you want to give a phone to your child, to your teenage child, it means that you should be ready to do collusion. You have to be ready. You cannot just carry iPad. Sometimes I see some children, their parents just give them, it's not as if it's their phone, it's the parents' phone. They just give to the child so that it will disturb them. So they will do what? But you don't know what that child is pressing there. And when you now eventually find out, okay, it is time for you to have a phone, you have to do what? Safeguard that child, ready to police and check what that child is doing online. What that child is chatting with. So these are children that are innocent. They are basically deceived. That's why parents and teachers have to be on the lookout. Because this safeguarding and child protection is everyone's duty. It's not just for the parents. Teachers are also involved. School owners are also involved. And the parents too are also involved. So when you see a child that is in class, the child is gone. The child that was lively in class before, all of a sudden the child is withdrawn, doesn't talk. Are you with me? Doesn't
yes, ma,
talk,
yes, ma.
just quiet. The teacher have to investigate. Don't just assume maybe he's having mood swing. Sometimes this mood swing is not natural. Okay, people, yeah, we are humans, we can have mood swing, but some of this is not, most time it is caused by it is caused by abuse. So everyone has to be on the lookout to ensure that we protect our children, because they're the future of the country. If our youth, our children are not protected and they are exposed to all kind of things, so what's not the future of education? What's the future of our world? It will not be a palatable. Okay. Now, who should a child report an incident of abuse? Well, first of all, we need to encourage children to speak up. Parents, have conversation with your children. Don't just say you're tired. Let them talk. Just be listening to them. Sometimes when you listen to children, you see something they'll be saying. It's not wrong, but you have the opportunity to correct some of their notes, their ideas, or the mindset they're already getting from their school. So you have, because you have listened to them and they are speaking, you have the opportunity to correct some mindset that they have picked up either from the environment or from their school. And we know that children are very vulnerable. What makes them vulnerable? Parental factor. Some parents don't protect their children. Sometimes you see children, you see female teenagers, they come out of the house dressed like they are not, they are wearing clothes, but you can see that their private part is showing. The breast is out. And this is a child that came out from a home and she just like maybe 16 or 17 and she'll be walking on the streets. Societal factor too. If our society don't have the right values and norms, it will make children vulnerable. And also children who are disabled, okay, they can also be capitalized and be preyed on. Or maybe they cannot talk, they cannot talk, they cannot hear. So predators, these pedophiles, they can capitalize that and prey on these children. Then social economic status. When a child is sent to go and hawk, to go and sell in the streets, that child is being exposed. That child is being vulnerable. And predators who prey on. So safeguarding and child protection is the job of everyone. Every school must have a child protection policy. So Mr. Yusuf, I'd like you to throw more light on this child protection policy that every school must have. And what can school owners do to, because I know you're a school leader, what can school leaders do to ensure more safety for the children in your care? Thank you.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. You see, child protection policy is uh, is a must for every school because
Mm-hmm.
majority of customers, majority of what of the people you are taking care of, you are looking after, you are teaching are children. They are teenagers. They are baby. So and since they come from different home, from different background, from different family and orientations, they are not brought up the same way. They are, okay, and this is essential for school now to have a policy, a standard policy that will accommodate all kinds of learners, be it from the sort of excuse or embarrassment. Now, School safeguarding policy for schools is important because in fact these are one of the most important things that school must have, and must also train their teachers, because teachers are not magicians, so there's no way they will understand how to sense danger, and also usually treat those dangers when they see them. And sometimes what we see at home as parents as being a normal thing is a small thing, and what teachers will see as dangers in small nimbus that will build up if it's not taken care of on time. So, and that's why it is essential for parents, for school owners, for consultants to look into how they can train their teachers on child protection and safeguarding policy. So that because I believe in, it's not until when there is a big problem that we start running helter skelter for solutions. No, a stitch in time save nine. So we are calling on school owners to establish child safeguarding policy and protocols in schools, things that will avert things that will avert bullying, things that will
Yes.
avert danger, all sort of emotional and psychological abuse or even sexual abuse in school. Put them in place,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there are small small signs that we most time overlook as parents at home, that may constitute a very big danger to these students, when they come together, to talk or to share their ideas or whatever happened at home. So schools should set their own standard and not wait for parents from different background, from different orientation to now set it for them, because some parents will throw you backward, some will pull you forward, and the effects are so enormous that we cannot dare wait for it. So because these effects are what affect everybody in the society, from the boy child, which later turns to the man, being so
Mm-hmm.
aggressive because of the burden that is placed on him. You understand? And this
Mm-hmm.
aggressiveness turns
Mm-hmm.
to thing that he could not manage because he has not been trained to do so. He has not been trained to express himself to his wife. If need
Yes.
be, cry it out. Feel free, express yourself. But if you do that, they'll tell you no, man don't cry. Oh, I don't know why should you cry? You're a man now. And don't forget that man is also a human being. So let us create that space, that avenue where the boy child will also be heard, where the boy child will also be celebrated, will feel important. So when the girl child, the children, wants to appreciate parents, it shouldn't be only
Mm-hmm.
their mother. I was trying to have a conversation with my wife some weeks back, and I said, if you look around, though we understand it is the women that will now determine how to now utilize, use uh, this is this thing that the man make do at home. But don't forget, eh, they bear the man's surname, they live in his house and under his rules. But those rules, while those rules set very well, were those rules set in line with how it's supposed to be, that can lead to the growth and development of the home and the largest area at large. So schools should now shoulder it, that they are that they are not that institutions that can help to correct whatever atrocities, whatever dangers, whatever you know uh, uh, areas that are not well looked into at home or at every other places. School is now School should now shoulder that responsibility to now correct it through their own safeguarding and child protection policies at school, and also by training their teachers. If need be, send them to to take some courses that will further broaden their enlightenment, their understanding about child protection, because it is as important as the school that you establish. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Mr. Quadri. Thank you so much. And for what you said, I wrote something down. Children can also experience abuse from their classmate, from their peer. And that's why every school should have anti-bullying policy. Anti-bullying
Yes,
policy
yes.
that every parent and every child will sign. If you default it, these are the disciplinary measure that will be taken. You know, like I think it was earlier last year or earlier this year that this video of a girl child being bullied in school. So this abuse does not only come from older people, the classmates, the peers, age mates can also cause abuse. Children can also experience abuse from their classmates, from their age mates. So that is why the anti-bullying policy is very, very essential. It is necessary. Welcome, Mrs. Pupola. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Okay. So thank you as you were here. I would also love you to share your contribution, your views, and your opinion on safeguarding and child protection. And we have focused this conversation on the protection of the boy child. Protection of the boy child. So over to you before we go. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So sorry for coming in by this time. Okay, I know a lot has been said already, so I don't need to go back. But I just want the viewers, everyone, to know that the growing trend in this community today, in the country today, it's a growing trend. Just the way we have a lot of trend going on TikTok and all that. Unfortunately, this topic is a growing trend on safeguarding and protecting children, and more focus on the boy child, because we're always about the girl child. And I was thinking a few days back when this topic was pointed out, I was like, okay, fine. We know that when we're talking about children, well, not just the boy, not just the girls, we're also focusing on the boys too. We should also focus more on the boys, not just neglect them. But I was now also thinking that if you look at it in a way, much attraction is always on the female child. In as much as we are to also protect the boy child, much attraction is always on the female child, and we all know the reason why. Now, like I was saying, I'm coming to that. One of the growing trends that calls for an urgent attention in Nigeria today, especially, concerns the incidence of rape, defilement, child abuse, neglect, and maltreatment. And when we are talking about all these happenings, all these incidents, we should also focus more on bullying also. Bullying is also part of the incidents, or the, how will I put it, the unfortunate incidents happening in our community today. And now, Mr. Quadri rightly mentioned that all these incidents that I just mentioned, it can also come from their peers in school. And do you know that the factor that has to do with their peers, sometimes they're always overlooked. They're always overlooked in the sense that when a child comes to report to the teacher, sometimes, especially when it's a reporting that is frequent, the teacher tends to be tired, or the parents, or whoever that receives the report or the child is being reported to gets tired of such reports. And I always clamor on taking reporting seriously. I don't know if I've mentioned it in one of these editions, but I always tell people that always take reporting seriously. A child that disturbs in class, a child that tends to be a bully, that disturbs and disrupts classes, disturbs other children in the class, and make other children feel unsafe and uncomfortable in class, should be noted. And such reports about such children, when they bring reports about such children, shouldn't be taken lightly at all. Teachers, parents, or whoever, adults or guardians, when you receive reports about, in short, for a child to be reported about all the time, you should check that child. Protect such child, or protect other children from such child. I'm not saying that, okay, this is the time to start doing, when you, what are they calling it now? What's that thing? During COVID-19, they were doing like distancing yourself from such child. But there are measures that could be taken. At least you should know that this child has been reported for such a thing like this. This child has been reported. We should take notes down. So I think that point Mr. Quadri raised about peer having all these incidents coming from their peers should be duly noted and should be the concern for every guardian and every adult that has received that report. Please take reporting very seriously. Please take reporting very seriously. And I'm sure they've also, my colleagues have also talked about the policies that, that are guiding some of these incidents, protection and safeguarding. Like I said, every child deserves, or every child has the right to be protected from harm, from abuse, from maltreatment, from defilement. Protect each child from harm, maltreatment, abuse, and defilement. So any sign that child is showing should be taken seriously. That is it. If a child is showing any sign to anybody, it can even be it can be in the academics, a child dropping in scores, in grades, a child that is very active, all of a sudden the child is looking like he's backward, the child is no more focusing in class. Please take note of that child. A child at home, sometimes when children are quiet, it does not mean that that child is sick. That child must have been threatened of something. That child must have seen something. That child must have been told or heard something that is disturbing that child. And in case you don't know, these children actually suffer from mental trauma, and they actually suffer from mental stress. And these children, it's always difficult for them to, juggle their thoughts at this time. They find it difficult to control their emotions. So sometimes they feel overwhelmed with a lot of things that are happening to them emotionally. So take note of a child that is unusually quiet. Even a child that is quiet, a child that is unusually active, take note of that child. At home, in school, I've had a lot of this thing, even on the streets. Someone will call me, and what happened to this child? That's to tell you that people observe children. They observe them, people in the community. If you're sending a child, if you're the type that you feel that your child is of age for you to send that child on an errand, and that child is refusing to go on a particular time, please take note. Why don't you want to go there? That child sees a particular person and the child is scared all of a sudden, please take note. So every communication, every attitude or behavior a child is signaling something. And all you need to do as a concerned adult is to ask. And you not just asking in a harsh way, ask politely and give the child time to speak up. And you also have to give that child the assurance that don't worry, I'm with you. You also have to assure these children that you are there for them. That is the only way a child can open up. You can be surprised that a child of 6 years can decide to keep quiet till eternity. And that child will be suffering a lot of maltreatment, bullying, and that child will never say anything. The only thing that child will be telling you is that I don't want to go to school today. I know. Do you know children can also suffer maltreatment from their teachers? From their teachers. They don't want to go to school. So all of a sudden, so that's why you just need to be talking to your children. Talk to your children. Talk to if you're an auntie, if you're an uncle, talk to your niece, talk to your nephews. You know, every conversation. If you notice anything that is looking absurd in their conversation, in your conversation,
Mm-hmm.
please take note of that. Talk to the parents. I know of a report that got to me, was it on Tuesday, of a child that's been practicing trancy, a child that has not been going to school. The report just got to me. Do you understand? So, and when they
Mm-hmm.
asked the child was saying that there's a so you can see that such a thing is a signal. Every conversation a child is, and when you hear something, don't just shout in shock. And that is why we are adults. When we hear some things, we should
Yeah.
just be calm about it and also give them that confidence that don't worry, I'm here with you. Just assure them, give them that assuredness, and also look for other directives to go about such cases. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Miss Chinaza. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Policy is necessary because policy will guide us on what to do. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and for the meaningful contribution that you have added. So we are going to close the program now. And Mr. Kodri, we would like you to just share your lasting any the parting words, right? I think it's parting words in 2 minutes so that
Okay, I would
parting
just
words,
like
yes.
I would just like to round up with what the last speaker have said that a boy that is
Mm-hmm.
quiet all of a sudden, it doesn't just happen overnight. And a boy that is quiet
Mm-hmm.
from onset, maybe that's how it has been. A teacher can help to, train him to, make him talk, to make him come back alive
Yeah.
in a classroom. And thus, you are bringing that star in him. And that's why that child is enrolled
Mm-hmm.
in school. So, a school
Yeah.
safeguarding policy will reduce abuse on the students, especially the boy, which we feel they are normally stubborn. You understand? Normally, we feel he's just being stubborn because he's a boy. No, he's stubborn because sometimes you are not professionally trained. You are not that patient with him to understand how to treat him and how to teach his own kind. You understand? So, and if this is not treated on time, it will further lead to being aggressive, keeping it inside of him, and thus he will start to show it outside, and that may not be a good thing. So we are just trying to encourage teachers that they are doing their best, yes, but it is when you have trained a teacher, it is when a teacher is aware, knows the safeguarding policy in the midst of that school, that you understand that corporal punishment leads to all these kind of abuses, and these abuses are what triggers your emotions, make them quiet, make them over loud, make them being aggressive, and make them withdraw from learning that they hate going to school. And where that happens, what kind of society are we raising that a school that is supposed to train a child is one that the child is now running away from? So let us be patient with these learners. They can't know it all. They can't get better at once,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they are there for we to train them. Because if they are better, why are they in school? So let us be patient with them. Let us try to understand them. Let us come down to their level and bring them up to our level. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much for those parting words. And in summary, we all know that child protection and safeguarding is a job of everyone. The security man in school, the security man at home, everybody, support staff, admin staff, teachers, everyone has a role to play in ensuring child protection and safeguarding in our community. Every school must have a child protection policy. Every member of the school community must be trained, like Mr. Kodri said, in safeguarding and child protection. And we must have a designated. This is one of the things that if a school wants to get British or this COBIS accreditation, they need to have a safeguarding policy. And not only that, they need to have a designated safeguarding leader, or what we call a child protection officer, who will be the main source of support, advice, and expertise for safeguarding in the school. He is the first point of contact for any safeguarding issue. So I believe that every school owner, teachers, parents, all stakeholders, all our hands have to be on deck. We have to watch out and ensure that these children, they are delicate. They are precious gifts from God. They are delicate, they are precious gifts. And if we are able to protect them and keep them from harm, all sort of harm, they will turn out to be worthy and useful and responsible adults in the future. So thank you for joining us, and for those who watch the replay of this live video, don't forget to share, like, and drop your comments, drop your views and opinion on this delicate conversation, this delicate issue. Thank you so much, and we're going to bring the program to a close, and that'll be all for today. Thank you, Mrs. Pupola. Thank you, Mr. Quadri. Thank you so much. God bless you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you all. Bye bye.